Hello, hello. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Good morning. We are live. Are we live? Yes. Today is Friday, June 30th, and we are live doing our weekly goal setting live stream. I am super excited to be here. I hope you are super excited to be here too. I hope you have a nice beverage, something to sip on while we go through and we do our goal setting. So, if you do not already have this workbook is a free workbook. The download should be down in the description below. You can use this, you can use your planner if you prefer. We are just going to be going through. If you were with me last night in the Absolutely Studying Academy doing our monthly goals, hello, welcome back. Let's break some things down weekly. I'm just scooting down all the way down to the weekly goal setting portion. You do get both the monthly and weekly goal setting portions in this free workbook. So, again, either grab your planner and we can plan right there, or grab your workbook and we can start going over some goals from last week. So I like, if you have your goals, if you want to share, love to see them. But otherwise, I will squirrel and we'll be talking about something completely different. So I do check the comments periodically, but I'm not always watching them 100%. So if I don't get to you right away, I will. But first of all, what were last week goals? My goals last week, to be transparent, I had four, three goals. I had to publish the Absolutely Studying Academy Masterclass. If you haven't seen what it's about or the introduction video, I always post those publicly. So this is the first one I'm posting publicly. I always share with all of the members of my email list, but this is the first one I posted public. But I think I'm going to start posting them publicly again, just so that you guys can also see what I'm talking about. So the first one, it's on getting organized to enhance your productivity. So that is already up. If you want to learn a little bit more about that masterclass, you are welcome to. I wanted to get some of my July content up, and I had to do the promotions for my picnic in the park. I'm throwing a community, well, one of the organizations that I run, the Junior Black Achievement Awards, holds an annual community picnic in the park. So I have been working my little butt off trying to promote that. So we have been working on that as well all week. So, as you may or may not know, my goals run from Monday to Sunday. So I'm not quite finished my goals, but having this on a Friday is a nice little way to audit my progress throughout the week and see how close I actually am to achieving those goals and then setting my new goals for next Monday. So, was I able to balance this schedule? I think I was. This week, I did really good for my goals. I'm personally really proud of myself. I feel like I was able to have a decent balance between where I wanted to be and being able to still sit back and spend some time with family. Unfortunately, a new video game that I'm really interested in decided to drop on it actually dropped last Friday. So that has also kind of sidetracked some of my attention, but I'm trying to rein it in. I'm trying to stay focused and I'm trying not to get sidetracked too much from 16. So I think I was able to balance the schedule pretty good this week. I did get a little bit stressed on, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday, Wednesday. I got a little bit stressed on Wednesday evening because things just were piling up with a whole bunch of like last minute changes to plans. And I'm one of those people, I like my schedule rigid. Now I don't like unexpected pop-ups. So that I do struggle with a little bit, like just emotionally and mentally. Like it does stress me out when a bunch of unexpected things keep popping up. I like knowing everything ahead of time, but it's okay. I stressed out for a minute. I vented. I got myself together and I brought it home. So how many were you able to complete so far? Ooh, see, the promotions for the picnic in the park, I finished. So 1 of 3 done. Scheduling my July posts, I do have the schedule for my July posts, so that also done. Publishing my masterclass, it goes live tomorrow. I'm putting the finishing touches on 1 or 2 videos, and then we are done that as well. So I feel really great about my progress this week. I know a couple of weeks ago, I was kicking myself, and I felt like my progress was much less than I wanted it to be. But we pulled it together and made it through. So where did you find yourself falling short? I definitely did have, like, that little stressful moment, and I think that everybody has those moments where they just get stressed and they just need to vent about how things just aren't going their way. I think if you don't have that moment in life, it's like everybody has that moment in life. It's just not realistic to never feel like you don't have control of something, and, that's just it's just a part of life. So even I have those moments. I just needed to vent, and I think that that's even part of mental health in general. Sometimes you just are like, I just ooh, I hope I didn't raise the volume too much, but I just noticed my volume on my mic was way low. But sometimes you just need to have those moments where you do vent and you do get it everything off your chest. So what worked? Time blocking, task lists, both worked really well. Breaking down my tasks and actually completing and not batching tasks this time. So, because I was had several videos to edit and publish for the masterclass, a lot of times I like to do one activity, finish it, do activity two and finish it, and just work through that way. But this time I actually like did one video, finished it, published it, did the next video, finished it, published it. And I think that that really helped me because then I didn't have a huge backlog at every single task. So I didn't have a whole bunch of things that needed to be rendered all at the same time or published all at the same time. I could actually put it up, put it on the site. And even though the page itself is not quite live, I can still kind of watch them get published in order and see how many are left and see that momentum and that progress and that boost rather than just spending 6 hours mastering audio and then 6 hours editing video and then 6 hours trying to render and post and then just posting everything at once. So I think that was nice rather than be having to like do it the other way, which is how I do a lot of other tasks. But, especially since video editing is not my strongest suit, I'm definitely gonna have to consider getting somebody else to do it for me at some point. But, um, but right now I just feel like I'm way too early in my YouTube journey to be and the video editing journey to be able to communicate my vision for what I want to do, and actually have a good conversation with an editor. So I think that I have to learn a little bit about it before I know what I expect from somebody else, and that's just kind of me and how I work. So what went wrong? Nothing necessarily went wrong this week. We had, like I said, I had a couple unexpected things pop up, and that always happens. That is something that I am very honest about me struggling with is being able to um, foresee and adapt to things that just pop up. Like I like knowing everything and having all of my schedule like on Monday already mapped out. And so when do unexpected things do pop up, I always find that incredibly frustrating because it's just out of my control. And that's something that I constantly have to work on. That is a weak point for me. And it's something that some people can just shrug off, but I always struggle with. Was it avoidable? No, nothing there was nothing this week that was avoidable. I was able to tackle most of the stuff I needed to tackle, and I was able to work on most of the stuff I needed to work on. So I can't say that anything was avoidable. And what will you do differently? Or what will you do again? Definitely time blocking. I'm getting better with time blocking the important, urgent matters. So time blocking, being able to taking rests. I took a couple of breaks this week, which is something that I'm normally not great at doing, but I liked it. And so definitely, I definitely want to work on just taking out breaks or like taking off early. I really want to be able to work on that. And really getting strategic about my lists. And what will I do differently? This right now, I think I'm going to be in a hold pattern. So I think I'm really just tweaking rather than making big changes. Okay, so now it's time to look at and start setting next week's goals. So specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time sensitive. What are our 3 goals for next week that are going to fall through all of these things? I set my monthly goals for July last night. And so one of the things that I said that I really, really want to focus on in the upcoming months is starting to get more consistent on my YouTube. And so that is something that I'm going to have to look at. I think I'm going to probably look at making a schedule and start to map out how I can fit it into my schedule and how I can make that a priority. And if there's anything else I need to drop out of my schedule in order to find the time to do it. I have a couple of new clients that I have to fit in, so that's also going to really change the dynamics of my schedule over the next couple of weeks because that is more time that I'm going to be taking on one-on-one clients, and we know I don't take on new one-on-one clients too often. So that's going to be a whole new dynamic throughout my week because now I have more appointments. And scheduling, I'm going to need to start assessing and planning out some of my content for social media for July. So June's done, but now we have to turn our focus to July. So I think those are my 3 goals is to kind of make an action plan for July social media, make a plan for my YouTube content, and still I need to start drafting and working on my July posts. So those are my 3 goals. And how will they help you big picture? Making content is what I love to do. I love to I'd love to do blogging for you guys. I do a lot of articles. I do a lot of written content. And I do really want to transition that to media because I feel like media is just a little bit more accessible. Some people don't want to read. I do get a lot of people saying, "Well, can I have the video version or the audio version of that so that I can listen to it in the background?" And so I do think that that is important. Okay, how will you reward yourself if you meet these expectations? I already have a reward for my monthly goals, so I'm going to have to also figure out something for my weekly goals. What do I want for my weekly goal? Hmm, I don't know. You know what? I have been saving up. I've been saving up for a new for some little DIY projects that I want to do. So I think I'm going to put money towards that. I think I'm going to grab the stuffs for my DIY project. The first one I want to do is actually in my kitchen. So I really want to get some of my DIY projects. Like I sit there and I think about them and I plan them, but then I never quite pull the trigger. So I think that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to reward myself with my first DIY project. Okay, so today is a nice short stream, nice and quick for a beautiful summer morning. I'm so glad that you were able to join me. I am going to start breaking down my task list. I hope you do too. And I will leave it at that. If you do want to share your goals, please, as always, all of my socials are down in the description. Email me, hit me up on your favorite social, or you can put it down in the comments. I will see you next Friday, where we are here at the same time, same place for next week's goal live stream. But until then, I hope you have an amazing adventure.